This is the Sabbath day. For those that don't know about this day, those of you that may not have a clue about this very day, this is a Sabbath day. This is not an ordinary day. This is the Sabbath day that the Bible talks about us, a day of reverence that we should show towards the Most High, a day that we should keep holy. We're going to get into it because a lot of people don't know about this day. A lot of people just think this is an ordinary day where you get together and you work, you go shopping, you play, you do whatever you want to do on this day. But the seventh day is not made for that. The seventh day is not made for work. The seventh day is not made for cooking. The seventh day is not made for cleaning. The seventh day is not made for shopping. The seventh day is a day that the Most High rests on this day after He created the earth in 6 days. He created the earth in 6 days, and the seventh day He rests. And this is the very day He rests upon. This is called the Sabbath day, which those of you that may not know it is called this very day Saturday. So we're going to get into some precepts according to the Bible about this day. Exodus 31:14 says, "Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death." It says, "Ye shall keep the Sabbath day. Therefore, it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death." Now, why would the Most High tell the children of Israel this? Why would He say, everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death? This just let you know the seventh day is a very significant day. The seventh day is not a day that you play around. A seventh day is not a day that you take lightly. For everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death. Why would the Most High say this? Why would the Most High say you shall surely be put to death? We're going to see exactly why He said this. Exodus 31:16. This is what it reads. "Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant." Let's look at 17. "It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day He rested and was refreshed." So on this day you can see, according to verse 17, that this is the very day that the Most High rested. On this very day, on the seventh day, He rested and was refreshed. So according to verse 16, it says, "Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath." The question is today, do you know who the children of Israel are today? The children of Israel today are the so-called Negroes, the so-called Latinos, and the native Indians. Those are the children of Israel today. Those are the children of Israel today, regardless how you may take it, regardless what you say. The children of Israel are your Negroes, Latinos, and native Indians today. So this verse and this chapter is directly to you. It says that in 6 days, work can be done in 6 days, but in the seventh day, it's a day of rest. So how many of you today is working on this very day? The Bible didn't tell us to work on this very day. The Bible didn't tell us to go out and shop on this very day. The Bible didn't tell us to cook and clean on this very day. The Bible did not tell us this. The Bible says this is a day that we should keep holy. But the question is, how many today are keeping this day holy? How many today are reverencing this day? How many of you today are showing respect towards the Most High? How many of you today are doing this? We have so many today that is doing their very own thing. And we got 6 days to do whatever we want to do. But this is the very day that we ought to keep the Most High's day of the Sabbath. Okay, we're going to get into some attributes about the seventh day. Some attributes about the seventh day. That's why he said this. Verse 16. That's why I went over there. Out of the 31st chapter of Exodus. Verse 16. That's why I said that the children of Israel shall keep the seventh day to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations. Throughout their generations. For a perpetual covenant. Perpetual is everlasting. Perpetual is continuous. We shall observe this throughout our generations. But something has happened today. Why are the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Indians going to church on the first day of the week? Why are we going to church on the first day of the week? Why are we going to church on the first day of the week? This is not the seventh day, according to the Bible. So what has happened? What has happened? Because I don't see any of the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Indians keeping the Sabbath day. Not in Douglas, Georgia anyway. We too busy going to church on the first day of the week, which is Sunday. The Most High did not require of us to keep this day holy. He required of us to keep the Sabbath day holy, which is a Saturday. So why are the so-called Negro going to church on the first day of the week? Because what you are going to understand is that we are living in a white man's system. What you are going to understand, no matter what you say about it and what you think about it, that the Bible speaks of the Edomites, the children of Esau, how they are wicked people. The Bible speaks of the so-called white man, how he is wicked. The Bible tells you about the so-called white man, how he have dominated the children of Israel, how he have destroyed the children of Israel. How have he destroyed the children of Israel? My question is, how has he destroyed the children of Israel? So-called white man have destroyed us with falsehood, lies, and deceit. This is why you don't take it seriously. This is why you don't take the Sabbath day seriously. You say in your heart any day can be the Sabbath day. You say in your heart anybody can go and take out their own day in reverence to the Most High. But this is not what the Bible says. The Bible says 6 days a man shall work. And the seventh day is the day, is the man that the seventh day is the day that the man should keep holy. So what is the seventh day? The first day of the week is Sunday. So you can't tell me that's the seventh day. You can't tell me that's the day that you should keep holy. The Sunday is not the day that we should keep holy. Sunday comes from Sun's Day, when the Babylonians would get together to worship the sun god Baal. This is where Sunday comes from. Sun's Day. A day of sun reverence, where the heathenistic nations prayed to the sun. This is how you get Sunday. This is how this came into effect. Sunday is the first day of the week. Monday is the second day of the week. Tuesday is the third day of the week. Wednesday is the fourth day of the week. Thursday is the fifth day of the week. Friday is the sixth day of the week. And what is the seventh day? Saturday is the seventh day. This is the very day that the Most High commanded the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, to keep holy. But we don't keep this day holy. We don't keep this day holy like the Bible tells us, because the so-called pastors in the church have taught you that the laws of the Most High God is done away with. The so-called pastors in these Pentecostal churches today have lied to you people. The so-called pastors today in your church are lying to you. Yeah, I said it, and I'm not afraid. I challenge anybody that say I'm wrong, come up here with your Bible and prove it. Because we're going to bring the truth out today. We are the children of Israel. But what does he tell you in church? What does he tell you in the church? He tells you that we are spiritual Israelites. There's no such thing as a spiritual Israelite. We are the children of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, you are the children of the promise. You are the heir to the Most High's throne. But the so-called white man has lied to us and told us we were African American. You are not African American. You are not a Negro. You are not a nigger. We ain't niggers, we ain't Negroes, and we surely not African Americans. This is a lie that the white man has told you. This is a lie that your government has told you. You are Jews. We are the Jews of the Bible. We are not Negroes. They gave us that name when we went into slavery. They gave us nigger when we went into slavery. They gave us Negro when we went into slavery. They gave us coons when we went into slavery. They gave us spicks when we went into slavery. They gave us porch monkeys when we went into slavery. They called us eggplants when we went into slavery. This is not our name, people. We are not niggers, Negroes, nor African Americans. What is your nationality according to the Bible? What is your nationality according to the Bible? You are the Jews. We are the Jews, people. We are the chosen people of the Most High God. We are the chosen people. We are the Jews today. But the so-called white man have brainwashed half of the Israelites around here. He has spoiled half of the Israelites around here. The children of Israel, he has the children of Israel following his lies. We're too busy trying to keep up with the so-called white man today. We keeping their Sundays, but we ain't keeping the Most High Sabbath days. Wake up, people. Wake up. You need to understand who you are, because we don't know who we are as the people. You need to understand where did you come from and what happened to you, because they're not telling you this in these school systems. They're not telling you this in these colleges. Because Esau, so-called white man, have been hiding information from you ever since that we went, ever since the year of 1600 when we went into captivity. The things that we are not to do on the Sabbath. Let's go to Exodus 35:1. This is what it means. Exodus 35:1, on keeping the Sabbath day. And Moses gathered all the congregation of the children of Israel together. Let's not forget the children of Israel. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians. So Moses gathered all the congregation of the children of Israel together and said unto them, these are the words which the Most High God had commanded that ye should do. Let's look at verse 2. 6 days shall work. 6 days shall work be done, but on the Sabbath day there shall be to you an holy day, a Sabbath of rest to the Most High. Whosoever do it therein, whosoever do work therein, shall be put to death. Moses is telling you through the Spirit of the Most High, whosoever do work on the Sabbath day shall surely be put to death. Now you may do work today and wonder, okay, how come we're not being put to death? Because you must realize there are basically two primary sacrifices that Christ came to do away with. These are your judgment laws and your sacrificial laws. Christ done away with the judgment. So if you was to profane the Sabbath today, you would not be killed because of Christ. Because of that judgment law that has been done away with. So you would not be killed on today for profaning the Sabbath. It's because of Christ's grace that is keeping you. But we are not to exploit the grace of Christ. We are to keep the 7th day holy. So if you don't keep the 7th day holy, go out shopping, cooking, cleaning, and buying, or whatsoever, just know that the grace of Christ have covered you. This is the very law that he done away with, which is called the judgment law. Back then, Christ have not died for the children of Israel back in the days of Exodus. The Messiah didn't come back in those days. The Messiah came on the scene during the New Testament. But that don't mean that he did away with the laws. That doesn't mean that Christ came and done away with the law. According to this 7th day, Christ done away with two primary laws. Judgment law and sacrificial law. All the other laws, people tell you that we're not to keep. And I'm going to prove to you that Christ didn't do away with all these other laws. But before I get into that, let's read on. 6 days shall work be done. That's what it says. Let's look at verse 3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the 7th day. You see what it says, people? You see what that says? Exodus 35:3. It says, ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the 7th day. That means no cooking. That means no cooking. That means no grilling. That means no heating things up on the stove. If you want to keep this 7th day, you go out that Friday evening, you go into the store, and you get you something that you can make a sandwich with. Get you some turkey and some bread. If you want to keep these 7 day holy, if you want to keep this 7 day holy, and you may be wondering, well, if Exodus 35:3 said we shall not kindle no fire, how is it that we will be able to eat on the 7th day without cooking? That's because you can do it two ways. You can cook before the 7th day comes in. You can cook that Friday evening before the sun is down. Or if you don't want to cook, you can go get you some sandwiches, like some bread and some turkey, or a couple hamburgers. Get you some sandwiches stored up before that 7th day comes in. Because once that 7th day comes in, when the sun is down, that Friday night is a Sabbath until the next sundown. Ye shall not kindle no fire throughout that period. So that kind of sums it up about the cooking and the grilling. Let's look at Nehemiah 10 and 31. Nehemiah 10 and 31. This going to explains about the buying. This explains about no buying on the Sabbath. Nehemiah 10:31. And if the people of the land bring war or any victuals on the 7th day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, and that we would leave the 7th year in the exaction of every debt. So you can see, according to Nehemiah 10 and 31, children of Israel said, if the people of the land bring any victuals on the 7th day to sell, that they would not buy it. Why? Because no buying should be done on the 7th day. Now they get together and they gather up down here where this farmer's market, and they sell all kind of goods and items on the 7th day. You notice every Saturday that they get together and they go down here where this farmer's market and they sell all kind of goods and items. The very day that the Most High said that there should be no selling, buying, cooking, or cleaning, they profane that very day. But the day after, they in church, hooping and hollering, jumping around, shucking and jiving. They profane that Sabbath day. They go shopping on that Sabbath day. They go clubbing on that Sabbath day. They go buying and selling on that Sabbath day. And then they turn around on the first day of the week and go cooning and shucking and jiving in the churches. Wake up, people. This is abomination at its highest. Because you have not did what the Most High command you to do. Many people don't take this seriously. They say, what's so special about the Sabbath? The special thing about the Sabbath is the Most High rested on that very day. You should show reverence unto your Creator. You should show reverence unto your Maker for creating the earth within 6 days and the 7th day of resting. You should praise and exalt His name on the 7th day. But you say it doesn't matter what day to exalt and praise His name. But you claim that you love the Most High God. You claim that God is love. Well, let's see about that. For those of you that say God is love, let's see what's the love of God today. Let's see what the love of the Most High is. We're going into 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. For those of you that's claiming y'all love the Most High God, for those of you that want to profane the 7th day, but want to go to church on the first day of the week and claim that you love the Most High. Let's see what the attributes and the characteristics of love is. According to you so-called Christians that's claiming you loving the Most High, but you profaning the Sabbath day. Let's get this. 1 John 5:3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. You hear that, people? You hear that, brothers and sisters? It says, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. So if you claiming that you love God, you should be keeping the commandments. That's the love of God. For those who keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. So you shouldn't complain about keeping the Sabbath day. His commandment is not grievous. You shouldn't grieve about keeping the Sabbath day. You shouldn't regret about keeping the Sabbath day, because he tells you that his commandments are not grievous. So what you complaining about keeping the Sabbath for? You complaining about keeping the Sabbath day, but you don't complain about it on the first day of the week when you go shuck and jive in these churches, these whorehouses. But you want to justify about keeping the Sabbath day holy. His commandments are not grievous. And I don't say this many times in my videos, but I'm going to say it over and over again to get it through you so-called Negroes, dickheads, and you Latinos, and you Native Indians. This is the love of God. For those claiming that God is love, the Most High don't have nothing to do with you if you ain't keeping his commandments. That's straight up. No matter how you say you love him, no matter how hard you claim that you strive, but want to go out and willfully sin, the Most High don't have nothing to do with you if you don't keep his commandments. That's straight up. And I'm going to prove that too. We have been taught that the laws of the Most High is done away with, and that's not true, people. That is not true. So you claiming you love God? If you claiming you love the Most High, keep his Sabbath days. And then in spite of keeping his Sabbath days, don't be grievous about it. Don't complain about it. Because if you love them, there will be no complaining anyway. That just goes to show these so-called Negroes around here, man, they have created their own God within their mind. They have created a God that tells them whatever they do is okay. They have created a God that agrees with everything they do. And they have relegated and despised the very God of Israel. The Sabbath day is not a joke. No working, no cooking, no cleaning, no buying, no selling. We're going to get back on the love tip. But I want to give you a clear explanation what happened to this certain guy according to the Bible. There was a guy that decided he wanted to go out and work on the Sabbath day. Let's see what happened to him. The book of Numbers 15 and 32. We're going to see what happened to this certain guy that decided he wanted to profane the Sabbath. Because I want to give you a clear depiction that it's 7 days, no joke. Let's go. This is what it reads. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day. So this guy was out on the seventh day gathering sticks, working. Gathering sticks on the seventh day. Verse 33. And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and unto all the congregation. Verse 34. They put him in inward. And they put him inward because it was not declared what should be done to him. Let's look at verse 35. And the Most High said unto Moses, the man shall be surely put to death. So you can't say nobody else said this according to 35 in the 15th chapter of Numbers. The Most High said unto Moses that the man shall be surely put to death. And all the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp. The Most High said this man shall surely be put to death for gathering sticks on the seventh day, because that was considered work. And I told you people, there are no work to be done on the seventh day. Let's look at 36. And all the congregation brought him without the camp and stoned him with stones, and he died, as the Most High commanded Moses. The Most High commanded Moses to put this man to death. He commanded Moses to put this man to death. Why? Because he decided to work on the Sabbath day. He decided to gather sticks on the Sabbath day. And the Most High forbid working on the seventh day. He said 6 days a man shall work. But on the seventh day, that's the day that a man should keep holy. But this man didn't take that in consideration. He decided to go out and gather sticks. So the Most High told Moses to put him to death. We profane the Sabbath day, and just because it may seem like you getting away with death, you'll say, well, we can reverence any day to be holy. You're not getting away with death. Christ is just standing in the gap for you. That's why Christ done away with the judgment law, to keep you from being put to death. Then you want to turn around and exploit the grace of Christ. Then you want to turn around and exploit the grace and mercy of Christ. Christ didn't die on no cross so you can lean on him as a crutch. Christ died on the cross to give you grace and mercy in spite of you striving to keep the law. But what they tell you today in church, the laws are done away with. The laws are done away with. It doesn't matter. You so-called pastors in these churches that's lying to these saints, you're going to be put to death. You so-called pastors that's lying to these Israelites right here, you're going to be put to death. Because you have taught these people not to keep the seventh day. You got these Israelites going to church on Sunday, man. You think the Most High is not seeing this? You think I come out here to waste my time? To sit up here and put on a show? This is a warning to you so-called Negroes. You so-called pastors that's sucking and jiving around here, man. Thinking you so holy and filled and don't know nothing according to the Bible. If it wasn't for the grace of Christ, we will all be put to death. And when we bring truth to you, pastors, when we bring truth to you people still deny that very day and say it doesn't matter. But you claim that you love the Most High God. You claim that you love God. You don't love God if you're not keeping his commandments. He say, this is the love of God. We already viewed it in 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. This is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. You don't love God if you ain't keeping his commandments. I don't care what you say. You don't love the Most High if you're not keeping his commandments. Because if you love him, you will keep his commandments. If you love him, you will keep these Sabbath days and stop complaining. Now, I know those of you that work on the Sabbath day, I know that work around here in the United States, some of you may have to work on the Sabbath day. That's understandable. Because men have changed times and laws. But those of you that don't have to work on the Sabbath day, it's no excuse. The children of Israel have been put into captivity. The spiritual Egypt, which is called America. This is why we can't exercise the laws of God correctly. But you claim you love the Most High. But you want to trip about keeping the Sabbath day holy. That's being grievous. And I thought he said his commandments are not grievous. The Most High does not love sinners. You have heard this many times in these whorehouses, man. These so-called Christianized churches. You have heard this many times that the Most High does. He loves the sinner, but he hates the sin. I'm going to prove that wrong too. He loved the sinner, but he hates the sin. Let's see if the Most High God loves sinners or not. Because he loved the sinner, he just hates the sin. That's what you so-called Christianized people say. He loved the sinner, he just hates the sin. You people have failed to realize the characteristics of God, the Most High. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 6. We are coming from out of the Apocrypha. We are coming from out the Apocrypha. The 14 books that was taken out of the 1611 King James edition. The 14 books that were taken out by the Catholic Church. We're going to the book of Ecclesiasticus 12 and 6. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 6. And we're going to get to the root of this, since you so-called pastors that's sucking and jiving claiming that the Most High loves sinners. 12 and 6. This is what it reads. For the Most High hated sinners. You hear that? Do you hear that, you so-called pastors and Christianized people? The Most High hated sinners. So don't give me this crap talking about, oh, he loves sinners, he just hates the sin. No, it does not say this in Ecclesiasticus 12 and 6. It says, for the Most High hated sinners. So if you sin, the Most High hates you. If you sin, the Most High don't care about you. Because if you sin, you're not his anyway. So the Most High hated sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly and keep it dim against the mighty day of their punishment. So this is a lie when they tell you that he loves the sinner, he just hates the sin. The Most High hates sinners according to Ecclesiastes 12 and 6. Ecclesiasticus. The Ecclesiasticus 12 and 6. You people have not been taught that. Let's get some more attributes. For those of you that's claiming that God loves you and you love God, let's get some more. Proverbs 8 and 17. I love them that love me. I love them that loves me. I love them that loves me. And those that seek me early shall find me. So the Most High say, I only love them that loves me. I only love them that loves me. You may be saying, well, I do love the Most High. Well, according to 1 John 5 and 3, he say, for this is the love of God, those who keep my commandments. So if you're going to church on the first day of the week, you don't love God. If you're eating unclean foods that you know that you're not supposed to be eating, you don't love God. If you're celebrating the holidays in America, you don't love God. If you're not believing in the scriptures, you don't love God. No matter how you try to justify it, keeping the law, statutes, and commandment proves that you love the Most High God. And if you're not doing that, you are not His. Point blank. Let's get some more precepts. Does the Most High love sinners? Does He love these so-called people that's claiming that they love Him for breaking His laws, statutes, and commandments? Let's look at St. John 9 and 31. St. John 9 and 31. Now, we know that God hears not sinners. So we know that the Most High God, He does not hear sinners. If you're breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, and you're praying to the Most High God, and you're willfully sinning, you're not trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, it says that we know that God heareth not sinners. So He don't hear you. But if any man be a worshiper of the Most High God and doeth His will, him He will hear. You have to do the will of the Most High in order for Him to hear you. You have to do the will of God in order for Him to hear you. He does not hear sinners. If you're doing whatever you want to do, if you're doing whatever pleases you, He does not hear you. If you're living your life according to the way you want to live it, He does not hear you. You can pray to Him all day, but He does not hear you if you're not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. He does not hear you if you're not keeping these 7 days. He does not hear you if you keep eating this unclean food. He does not hear you if you participate in the holidays instead of keeping the holy days. He does not hear you if you're doing these paganistic practices that the Roman Catholic Church have infiltrated Christianity. But you claim that you love the Most High, but you won't keep none of His commandments. Where do you think you're going when it's all over with? You say, oh, I love God, but you don't want to keep the commandments. He said, I love those who keep my commandments, but you don't want to keep them. So where do you think you're going? Do you think you're going to rule in the kingdom of heaven in the end time? You're not. You're going to get total damnation. You're going to head for destruction if you don't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. No matter how you try to justify and say how much that you love God. You don't love God if you don't follow His word and you don't keep these statutes and commandments. That's point blank. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, you are the Israelites. You better wake up because you are the Israelites. You are not an African American. You are not a Mexican. You are not a Seminole Indian. You are the children of Israel. And the children of Israel was given these laws by Moses. But these so-called lying pastors in the church have taught you that the laws are done away with. They're going to have to give an account for the lies they tell, man. They're going to have to give an account for every lie that they have told to the congregation. Do you think that we were taught this Bible the right way? The slave masters did not teach us this Bible the right way. The slave masters did not break this Bible down to us the correct way. We was taught lies. And it's time to clear the lies of the so-called white man today up. The government have dominated the children of Israel. They have got us so confused and lost. We don't even know who we are as the people. We don't even know that our homeland is Jerusalem. We don't even know that we were sold by the Africans and the Arabs to the Grecians. We don't even know that we were sold and put on cargo slave ships and brought to America in the 1600s. We don't know where we come from. We don't know. So tell me this. How do you supposed to know where you are going when you don't even know where you come from? That don't make any sense, man. That's why we be out here every Saturday to try to teach our people who they are according to the Bible. But you people don't want to listen. No, you want to listen to your pastors. You people don't want to listen to us because you feel like, oh, those just some ordinary guys. They can't tell us nothing. The Most High said in His word in the book of Joel that sons and daughters shall prophesy in the last days. Sons and daughters shall prophesy. But you don't listen to us because you think we too young. You think we can't tell you nothing. You think that, oh, I've been in the church more longer than he has. Oh, I've been going to church before he was born. Oh, I have read the Bible before he even walked. But it doesn't matter that. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the church. You can be in the church 45, 50, 60 something years and still be asleep in your condition. You can't read this Bible without understanding. You have to pray to the Most High for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. This is why He said in Hosea 4 and 6, my people perish for the lack of wisdom.